What if I told you Season 3 of The Last of Us is already in motion, and it might change everything we thought we knew about Joel and Ellie's journey? HBO isn't just bringing back the series. They're preparing something even deeper, darker, and more emotional than before. Let's break down what's officially happening behind the scenes and how it may shape what's coming next. HBO has officially confirmed that The Last of Us Season 3 is happening, and it's not just another season. It's being treated like a major chapter in the franchise. Showrunners Neil Druckmann and Craig Mazin are both returning, and they've already said in interviews that Season 3 will be bigger in scope, more mature in tone, and emotionally intense. That tells us they're not just continuing the story, they're raising the stakes. The show is currently in pre-production. That means scriptwriting is complete or nearly finished, and casting decisions are now being finalized. HBO has also confirmed that production will start by the end of this year, with some reports suggesting early shooting in locations like Vancouver and Alberta, places known for dramatic landscapes and snowy settings. This could mean the story will follow the colder parts of The Last of Us Part 2, or even include time jumps into future winters. As for returning cast, Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey are both locked in to return as Joel and Ellie. In fact, Bella recently mentioned in a podcast that the upcoming season is the hardest one emotionally and a test of everything Ellie has become. That hints at deeper trauma and possibly events that mirror or diverge from the game. Fans are also talking about how Season 3 might be split into two parts. Neil Druckmann previously said that Part 2 of the game is too big to tell in one season. That likely means Season 3 will cover only the first half of The Last of Us Part 2, allowing more time to explore the emotional and moral complexities of each character. This split could give us more backstory on Ellie, Joel, and even the new characters expected to arrive. So far, HBO hasn't announced an exact release date, but based on the current production timeline, we can expect Season 3 to air either late 2025 or early 2026. They're taking their time with this one, and for good reason. The fan expectations are sky high, and HBO wants to deliver something that lives up to the legacy of both the show and the game. In short, Season 3 is not just continuing the journey, it's reshaping it. With new characters coming, a larger story arc, and higher emotional stakes, this next season might just be the most powerful one yet. Some moments are easy to miss, but in The Last of Us, nothing is ever random. The Season 2 finale may have seemed quiet on the surface, but if you watched closely, you saw the signs. HBO left small clues, hidden in looks, pauses, background details, that hint at the emotional storm coming in Season 3. What seems like silence is actually full of warnings. Let's start with the final scene between Joel and Ellie. There's something cold in Ellie's eyes, even though Joel tries to comfort her. She doesn't smile. She doesn't say much. She just looks at him, and then away. That moment might seem simple, but it reflects a deeper break between them. In the game, Ellie starts to lose trust in Joel after learning the truth about what happened at the Firefly Hospital. The show mirrors that perfectly. That silent gap between them might grow wider in Season 3. Another clue is the broken guitar on Joel's table. It's not shown for long, but it's there. In the game, Ellie later plays a song on Joel's guitar, and it becomes a strong emotional symbol of their bond, and later, of her grief. That broken guitar may be more than just a background item. It may be a warning. Their connection is about to be shattered. There's also the way Ellie looks at the Jackson town walls during the final scenes. Her eyes drift toward the horizon, and there's a hint of longing. Some fans believe this is the moment Ellie decides she can't stay. She needs answers, justice, maybe even revenge. That small moment might be her turning point, where she starts thinking about leaving Jackson to face her pain and whatever danger comes with it. And then there's Dina. Her presence is short but powerful. When Ellie interacts with Dina, there's a strange tension, like a relationship is beginning, but there's already sadness underneath. This might hint at what's coming between them in Season 3. In the game, Dina becomes very important to Ellie, but their bond is tested in extreme ways. The show seems to be planting the seeds for that already, quietly and carefully. Even the lighting in the finale tells a story. The warm glow of the sunset turns to colder, duller shades as Joel and Ellie walk back to town. It's a visual shift that might reflect how their path forward is darker than it seems. Every frame feels carefully designed to hint that peace is only temporary, and that pain is waiting around the corner. Fans who rewatch the finale notice something else too. Ellie's silence after Joel repeats his version of the hospital story. She doesn't argue. She doesn't believe him either. That moment of silence, it's not agreement. It's a quiet rejection. And that silence may echo through every episode of Season 3.so. While the finale didn't end in explosions or cliffhangers, it left us with something stronger: questions, tension, hints of coming loss. And if the past seasons taught us anything, it's this: HBO doesn't show you something unless it matters later. Asterisk, what if the biggest twist in Season 3 isn't what happens to Joel? But when it happens, fans of the game already know Joel's future is heartbreaking, but the show might not follow that path so quickly. HBO could delay, change, or completely reframe what we expect. And the clues are already here. Asterisk, if you've played The Last of Us Part 2, then you already know Joel's fate is brutal, shocking, and deeply emotional. But the TV show might not give us that same moment in the same way, or even at the same time. Craig Mazin, the co-creator, hinted in an interview that they're more interested in the why than the when, and that line means a lot. It suggests they care more about building up the story, the relationships, and the consequences before making any big move. So far, Joel's relationship with Ellie has been the heart of the show. Their bond is strong, but also complicated. In Season 2, we saw cracks forming. Ellie started pulling away, questioning his version of the truth. But even with that, fans are not ready to lose Joel just yet. And maybe HBO knows that. Instead of showing his death early, like in the game, they might spend all of Season 3 building toward it. That way, the loss feels even more powerful and earned. Pedro Pascal's growing fame could also be a reason Joel stays longer. He's become a major face for the show, and HBO may want to give him more screen time before letting go of such a popular lead. Plus, more time means we get deeper flashbacks, emotional scenes, and better understanding of Joel's choices. The writers might expand his arc to include moments from the past that weren't shown in the game: his guilt, his fear, his love for Ellie, before delivering the big twist. There's also a theory among fans. What if the show reorders events? Instead of killing Joel at the beginning of the season like in the game, they might use nonlinear storytelling. That means we could see scenes from the future and past mixed together, keeping Joel alive in memory, even after his death. This technique was used before in shows like Breaking Bad and Westworld, and it works when done right. But even with all this, one truth remains: Joel can't escape the consequences of his choice at the end of Season 1, saving Ellie and killing the Fireflies. That act changed everything. Season 3 might not just focus on what happens to him, but also why the world refuses to forgive him. Enemies are watching. Justice or revenge is coming. And HBO is in no rush to let it happen until we feel the full weight of what he's done. In the end, the real suspense of Joel's fate isn't whether he dies, it's how they choose to show it. And that's what makes Season 3 so terrifying and exciting at the same time. She was once a quiet girl with a joke book and a hope for peace. But that version of Ellie is gone. What's left is someone haunted, angry, and ready to burn everything down just to make the pain stop. Season 3 isn't just Ellie's next step. It's the beginning of a path that might destroy everything she loves, and maybe even herself. Asterisk, Ellie has changed. We saw it in her eyes at the end of Season 2. The silence, the cold distance, the way she stared at Joel, full of questions, maybe even blame. That soft bond they shared is breaking apart. And in Season 3, we'll likely see her begin a new journey, one driven not by survival, but by rage and revenge. In The Last of Us Part 2, Ellie sets out on a violent quest after something devastating happens. And though the show may shift the timeline, the feelings behind that journey will remain the same. Ellie becomes obsessed with justice, but her version of justice is dangerous. She stops laughing. She stops smiling. Her heart starts to freeze. The girl who once just wanted to save the world now only wants to make someone pay. This journey will likely push her into darkness, but the showrunners may explore it more slowly, giving us deeper moments that weren't in the game. We may see her nightmares, her guilt, the pressure of being immune, and the weight of knowing people have died for her. The camera will stay close on her face, on her scars, both physical and emotional. It won't be easy to watch, but it will be powerful if there's also Dina. Fans already know that Dina becomes a big part of Ellie's story. She's a reminder of what love and comfort could be. But their relationship is tested in extreme ways. Ellie's obsession with revenge may pull her away from Dina, even when she doesn't want to go. In Season 3, HBO might show us the start of their love, and how quickly it begins to break under the weight of grief and war. And then there's the question of purpose. Ellie was supposed to be the cure, the one person who could save humanity. But Joel took that from her. That truth still lives inside her, like a quiet fire. What will she do with that? Will she forgive him? Will she carry that anger forever? Or will she learn to let go? Season 3 will not be about victories or happy endings. It will be about scars, about what we lose when we let pain lead us. Ellie will walk through blood and memories, searching for something, maybe peace, maybe punishment. And in the end, she'll have to decide, is revenge worth becoming a monster for? One thing is certain, this won't be the Ellie we remember. It will be the Ellie we've never seen before.